Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. This is a Ragnarok here with more Mortal Empires, playing as Karl Franz and the Empire. Last time we defeated a beastman herd here, the Redhorn tribe. We are trying to finish them off completely, but I have no clue where their other forces are. If you guys have seen them during the end turns while I've been reading through the book, please let me know and I'll try and find their remaining army, but for the time being they're going to remain elusive. Got a nice peaceful frontier down here in the south, and Franz is working towards finishing off the von Karsteins. So they've got 2 settlements left, kind of spread out at the moment, but we should be able to finish them off hopefully this episode, if not perhaps the next episode. So we've got a few guys who have leveled up here. Snorri, the legendary poet, legendary Norse poet, Snorri Sturluson. I'm wondering if we should do melee attack or stimulate growth. I think since he's sitting here in this province, we're gonna do stimulate growth, just because we want to get Middenheim leveled up to level 5 and try and get this Middenheim Great Temple of Ulrich 7 more turns. So while he's over here, we might as well get a tiny boost to the growth, I guess. Spread public order, probably good for these guys as well. I'm gonna go with hold the line. Grunwald, 2 more levels, and he is immortal. This reassuring presence could be very helpful. Right, we are working towards the quartermaster, potentially logistician as well, and lightning strike. Yeah, a lot of the Empire, the campaign bonuses here are very good for them. I think I'm gonna work towards quartermaster because, well, this is a problem right now. So what can you do? Alright, Uther can have a Pegasus. Sounds good to me. I think we're gonna disband Uther for the time being. I think that's probably a good idea. We don't really need him. He was just there to make sure Middenheim didn't fall, and the sooner we get him back in the roster pool, the better. We're going to be using him for the time being anyway as emergency garrison in combination with the regiments of renown, I think. And then down here, what I was thinking to sort of sort out this problem we have with income, I think we'll trim the fat, but I do want to keep Ruppin in the field, so that made a monster of a difference. I think probably because when we disbanded the other army, for some reason it doesn't, the supply lines, when you disband a general, it doesn't, like, you don't see, like, this number, it doesn't reflect the 15% until you do something else, and then I think it reflects it. But I think that's why the income bumped up so much when we disbanded those units. But anyway, Leonidas Gruppen and the Reichsguard here. Actually, I'm gonna rename these guys. I know that here in Middenland there's a special building for the Knights Panther. And I guess the Knights Panther are actually Empire Knights, but I'm actually going to rename all of the Reichsguard in Gruppen's army as Knights Panther, since it fits in with the lore that we're reading from the book. So why the fuck not? So for now, Gruppen will just operate with these Reichsguard. Not sure if I want to get this number up to 8 in his army, but basically we'll fill his army out with swords. we're gonna keep going with honest steel, but he'll stay close to Grunwald for the time being, or we can send him up here to defend Middenheim. But Grunwald will be heading back to Altdorf to get the additional bonus for the income because of his various bonuses that he gets. Movement, order +1. He's got a woodsman and a toll keeper. Yes. Yeah, so those look good for him. Wonder if can we get any of those for these guys? Is there anything here? Wind recovery time, ambush success chance. How about you, sir? Probably shouldn't have the hedge wizard here. We don't have a wizard in his army. Let's go entertainer. Be a little bit better. Give you some armor. Why not? Alright, so he's suited up a little bit. A little bit better. Would be nice if we could get him actually back into the settlement there, but what can you do? Ruppin, I guess we'll just stay here in the settlement just to get a little extra bonus in public order for now. But we're going to be working towards keeping the public order under control, which means I think it's about time we built the Imperial Palace. So +2 public order faction wide, load recruit rank +2 faction wide, additional trade will be nice, and the recruitment rank for the Empire captains also will be nice. So we'll go with that. I would have really liked to have been able to afford to get these warrior priests this turn, but that's fine. We'll just pick them up next turn. Consider, well, provided we have enough money to do that. But we'll want to get Altdorf fully leveled out here. Get this leveled up a little bit. This as well. But I think the priority is to get the Imperial port going. An additional 400 income per turn. This is kind of funny to me. So it provides an additional 10 growth, but by the time you can build this fucking thing, your province should probably be already grown. I guess though the growth points kind of bank them, so that when your smaller settlements get raised or whatever, or if settlements get raised, you still have the, so long as you have settlements in that province, you can use those growth points for that. Alright, so this province, we can do an edict here. I'm not even sure. We want this province to revolt. So I mean nothing. Because what we're gonna do is when it revolts, we're gonna come back and raise all of this territory, basically. I don't see the viability of actually holding this province right now. I don't want to be down here. All these are surrounded by all these guys, especially when we're about to go to war with Manfred von Karstein. So yeah, that's the plan. Eliminate the von Karsteins and then raise these territories as we come back. Which, this one should be, yeah. He's going that way. So right, yeah, commandment available. I guess what we'll do is the income from trade, tax rates, yeah, the +5% income from trade might help a little bit. What are we making from trade? So 5% of 2,800. 2,800 is what? Like 140 gold. So should see an additional 140 gold next turn, I think. We'll leave these buildings damaged. Nothing really. That's not needed just yet, and neither is that. So, yeah, these guys are in good positions for now. Double check the diplomacy. Oh, son of a bitch. totally forgot about this.
Aye. Let's hear what you have to say.
Look
We'll hear it
at
before
this
all's
shit.
told.
We can get some trade agreements with these dwarves. And they will pay us for it. How much will they pay? Alright, let's try. Can we actually put in a number here? Let's try 1,500? It's not gonna work. 1,350. Alright, I don't want military alliance. Trade agreement. Oh yeah. You guys are just the real hagglers here. 1,200. Will you do it for 12? This is ridiculous, but should have just taken that one.
Aye.
There we go. Squeeze an extra 100 gold out of them there. We could get military access, but I think I just want to get trade with these guys for now. And we'll maybe get military access a little bit later on.
If you say so.
Alright, good enough.
Onward.
Yeah, when we lose these settlements, though, we might lose these trade agreements.
Aye. Let's hear what you have to say. We'll hear
Something
it
actually to consider.
Gold.
Alright, let's go for 13.
Sure.
Alright, good, good, good. May actually even be able to get these warrior priests this turn, actually. All this cash we're picking up from these dwarves. Oops. Oh, wow. You guys got a little bit more cash. Let's try it for 25. They want us to pay them for military access, eh? Look at that shit. They should do it for 2, I think. Let's try this.
Don't think so.
Oh, really? Man. Fucking stingy dwarves. Go 18.
I agree.
Alright, good stuff. Anybody else that we can get trade with that we don't have? Alright, fine. Anybody else that we need non-aggression with at the moment?
Yes.
You guys might give us
Come
non-aggression.
then, messenger. Spit out your work.
We can't negotiate with them.
Champion of the lady. It's late in the day.
Still hates us. We're smacking them around earlier in the campaign. Alright, looks good. Yeah, 6,000. Question is, do I want to spend this on buildings or do I want to pick up those warrior priests? What are we going to build over here? I'd like to get the Reichsguard. I'm going to be recruiting a lot of our cavalry over here. Do have a lot of building to do, but I really want to get these warrior priests. We got perceptive, strategist, and tough. Do have to name them all too. Alright, perceptive. Let's recruit you. And we will rename you, sir. Plato. I don't think we have Plato yet in this campaign. Should we suit you up with some armor? Can we just give that armor to somebody else? You can have the armor. Alright, that looks good. What do we got for banners here? Sure. Recovery time. Sure. Don't want to put all of them in the same character, but anyway. We're good. Warhorse. These guys are all going in Gruppin's army. They're going to be with the Knights Panther. Alright, so next we got a strategist. I'm going to recruit him. And I'm going to go with another philosopher. Epicurus. A bit less known. A lot of Epicurus's work and lost to history. We'll give him the dragon helm. And let's see what we got here. Let's go Tomb Robber as well. Probably I'm gonna put him on a warhorse, and I'm gonna give him that and one of those. Alright, and one more. Go with tough guy.
Let us forge our fate.
I'm gonna rename you, sir. Actually, rewatching this show from Stars, I think is what made it. Spartacus. Fucking incredible series. A little bit. It's also very tragic. The star character, Andy Whitfield, passed away before they finished filming the third and fourth season. It really is too bad, because he was excellent in the role, just so good. Obviously, you know, very tragic that he died so young as well. But basically, that's going to be the army. Nicole Bolas, the wizard, the 3 warrior priests. They'll work with the Archlector and the Knights Panther, and then we'll probably fill the army out with swords and use it as a support stack for taking on the vampires. So hopefully we can get the income generating enough so that we can afford another full stack. And
by the comet.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe, what we'll do is we'll hold up on recruiting those swords, because probably what we'll do is we will transfer these swords to his army, and we'll have him recruit great swords, and we'll transfer those into Karl's army, and then that way we have at least some elite infantry to be able to take on the vampires, because I think we're definitely going to need them. Alright, I think that's it. I think we're going to end the turn. Looks pretty good. Right, so where were we? I think we're still in chapter 3. We just basically started chapter 3. Alright, Schwarzhelm sank back against the stone, his breathing heavy. For a moment the counter-assault was conducted by others. The respite would be short, but after a duel it was needed. Nice work, came a voice from higher up the rock. Verstholen emerged from the shadows, his pistol cocked ready to fire. I'm glad of it. Not sure this thing would have been much use against that. Schwarzhelm didn't smile. He never smiled. Its hand was forced. Something new has arrived. Verstholen followed his gaze. Far off, beyond the sea of beastmen, out on the cauldron floor, there was a change. It was hard to make out in the failing light, but there were flashes of steel out in the gloom. Then, as the beastmen finally ceased their chanting, the sound gave it away. The clear horn blast of an imperial host. There was no noise like it in all the Empire. After 100 battlefields, it was as familiar to Schwarzhelm as the rain on a thatched roof. Reichsguard, he said. Helborg, at last. Verstholen gave an appreciative nod. That is welcome. We're still outnumbered. This will turn the balance. Schwarzhelm shot him a disdainful glance. Don't make excuses for him, he snapped. He's overdue, and if he tries to claim the credit for this victory, I'll string him up myself. We did this and paid the price in blood. Verstholen raised an eyebrow. He looked genuinely taken aback by Schwarzhelm's vehemence. He started to reply, then seemed to think better of it.
From Sigmar.
No thank you. I'm gonna stick to our guns here with the strategy for the alliances and whatnot. Schwarzhelm finished wiping Ragram's gore from the Reichsdale in silence, then drew himself up to his full height. Around them,
Hear what you have to say.
the knights had regrouped and were beginning to pursue the remaining gores down the slope. The beastman advance was dissolving into confusion. The Red Duke has ended his trade agreement with us. Go back to the summit.
You are not welcome in my court, yet here you are.
Peace treaty. Son of a bitch, I thought we got peace with these guys already. Let's see if we can squeeze a little bit of loot. Maybe I was looking at this and saw that we could get peace and I just forgot to... Oh, look at this. They will pay us quite handsomely for it. I'll try for 23. Fuck. Alright, I got a little bit too greedy there. But we should be able to get peace with them during the end term. Go back to the summit, growled Schwarzhelm. Someone will be needed to keep the army together. If you wish, where are you going? Schwarzhelm gave him a flat look. His expression was murderous. Hunting. Alright, that's a perfect spot to stop for now. And let's see what we can do here. Rebellion. Weisenland. Right. Yeah, that's not good. I need to get somebody over there as quickly as possible. Alright, let's take a look here and actually see if we can get this peace agreement with the Van
Marauders
Helmings.
all, the time of your pitiful emperors is at an end.
A little hard.
The shamans foresee it.
Oh, you're still going. Is there something else?
No delay.
Alright. Didn't affect our reliability. Squeeze a little bit of cash out of them. And no longer at war with them. So that's a front that we don't really need to worry about. Yeah, this is a bit of a concern here. We do not have anyone close enough to deal with that. What kind of movement range do you guys have? Not enough. Alright. I think we're gonna do have a solution. It's an expensive solution, but we'll go Shield of Faith for the Fearless. And I'm actually gonna force march him into there. Abandon this province. Franz is keeping it under control for now. First Tolan, get moving that way. Franz. I'm gonna get over there and finish them off.
You're lost, mistake.
Don't like the idea of letting them recruit. We should be able to hit them next turn. Sucks that we don't have enough movement to do it this turn. It's gonna be a while before we get him back up there. It's gonna be a few turns of just letting these provinces rebel and sorting out rebellions. But in the meantime, if I can get
live to serve the Emperor. Ever onward. Champion of the faith.
Right, so what I'm thinking is, or we're gonna take a little bit of a deep breath here, and just get prepared. We're just gonna, the next little while, we're just gonna be clearing out the von Karsteins, and I just want to build a little bit more infrastructure and get Franz's army completed with more elite troops before we declare war on the von Karsteins. But yeah, I think getting everything stabilized for a little while, I think will go a long way as to the war, because this war with Manfred is gonna be much tougher than the war with the von Karsteins, I think. We do really need to things calm down a little bit.
Sigmarite Archlector, I serve the Heldenhammer. Forward, in his name.
Yeah, we can't quite afford
What do you require?
those great swords yet, so
Healing.
we'll just
Cleanse the empire.
keep him on the move for the
True
time
servant
being.
of Sigmar.
And
Sigmar,
put these guys in his army. They're going to be a little bit more expensive
Praise
in
be
there,
to Sigmar.
because when they're outside the army, it
forged our
doesn't. They
faith.
don't have that additional 45% upkeep cost. So
A time to heal.
a little bit more expensive to keep them in
Ready
the
to
army, but
serve.
they'll level up a little bit more quickly. We'll have him head towards Weisenberg. Thinking he should be able to help with the rebellion. Getting some real issues with corruption now. At least Altdorf should never have any corruption problems. If it does, fuck, I don't know what you do to sort it out. And Corona is pretty good too.
The Empire.
I want you to Altdorf. Where did Franzi go? Down here. Yeah, so we'll get him over there. And yeah,
Praise be to Sigmar.
instead. Yeah, so unfortunately this solution, it's not a great one. Pick up another noble. This guy's regal. This guy's fleet-footed. What is the public order? Yeah. I was gonna say if we had the regal guy, we might actually even be able to. Damn, I was hoping for a little bit. But I guess we could pick up a noble.
To strengthen the Empire.
Pop him in there. How much does that? Doesn't really. Yeah.
What does the Emperor bid?
Fucking hell. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's so freaking expensive. What's the garrison look like?
Who calls?
Alright, let's pick up a couple of regiments of renown. Nothing too crazy. Fuck me, 787 upkeep cost. I think we'll go... Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. It's a freaking expensive solution to this situation. Don't think that's really gonna make too much of a difference. Let's go Root Marcher. I'm actually gonna rename him. Alright. Let's go with Bonaparte. Alright, we got no weapons for you. Ooh. I didn't realize we had a Razor Standard. Should probably put that in Franz's army. Give you that. the other stuff we don't need. Alright, so I can pick up these guys. Oh, what I was thinking is a Reichsguard and silver bullets. Probably just the Reichsguard is probably all we really need. Combination with the garrison, we should be able to fight off the initial rebellion force, but we'll also be bringing down Ruppin, so should be okay there.
Ready.
So I prefer not to lose this settlement. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we don't. The problem is we need to fucking get the Confederation here.
Approach us, friend, and make
Really wish I jumped on that when the opportunity was there. Now, unfortunately, we can't really do any building this turn. Sort of freaking sucks. Anyway, we'll check if there's anything for us to do here. Doesn't look like it.
To war! Times grow dark.
Redhorn tribe and the von Karsteins.
King Lewin live. You tread upon Bretonian land.
I don't think Lewin is gonna trust us again. But what can you do? Alright, so you're okay there. With any luck, we can eliminate the von Karsteins the next turn. Nothing we can do about this rebellion. Just hope for the best there in that situation. Hours later, Grunwald leaned on his halberd. He was near the summit of the bastion and had long withdrawn from the fighting. The spires of rock at the pinnacle reached into the sky like fingers. Night had come, and the flickering light of the braziers cast long shadows across the stone. At last the rain had lessened. Now that the battle was nearly over, he felt the chill enter his bones. His clothes were sodden. His armor and weapons needed cleaning. That could wait. It was all he could do to keep standing. Morgart came up to him. Like all of them, the commander looked drained. "Andreas," he said. Grunwald nodded in acknowledgement. A fine victory. Grunwald felt hollow. There were victories he had enjoyed, too many to remember. This was not one of them. His task had been to guard the road, to enable the Reichsguard to ride to the cauldron unimpeded. He had failed, been driven from his position. Being rescued, even by the Emperor's champion himself, was a bitter potion to swallow. "How goes the battle?" he asked. "Elborg's broken them," said Morgart. "The bodies of the beasts lie deep across the cauldron. It'll take years to recover from this." "Schwarzhelm killed the Doom Bull," said Grunwald. "That was the turning point. I was there." Morgart laughed. "This isn't a competition, Grunwald." Then his face darkened, as if humor so soon was inappropriate. "The day's been barely won. We'll return with fewer than half the men we brought. The halberdiers have suffered most. Just be content that we didn't all die here." Grunwald suddenly thought of Ackerman. The man's body would never be found now, never be buried. He deserved better. "Believe me, I'm content," he lied. There was a commotion on the terrace below.
Friends of the Empire, come.
Ruppin was among them, leading a squadron of battle-ravaged Knights Panther. There were less than 20 of them with him. Grunwald also recognized Tirov and the other commanders. This was a general's retinue, but there was no general to lead them. The captains strode into the light of braziers. Noble faces all, streaked with blood and mud. Their fine armor was dented and scored. Some had looks of triumph on their face, others blank weariness. Their labors were over for the night, and now they came to confer on the clear-up. Alright, what do we got here? Tax is a necessity. It's a shame the public don't always agree, hence the rioting in this region. What should be done with the ungrateful rabble? Feast stag, +4 public order. All provinces, +5% taxes. Ooh, taxes is very tempting, but I think paying 1,000 for the public order will help things out quite a bit. We need to get our finances under control, but getting public order a little bit balanced will definitely go a long way. to that end. So what kind of movement do you
Warrior
have?
of Sigmar.
Alright. I think if he moves to there, he should be supporting the fight.
Honored to serve.
Just move you
I go where
first
I'm needed.
in regular stance.
To the provinces.
And Eric Grunwald.
It is for the best.
I think we're gonna pop you into Altdorf for now.
Onwards.
And stay in the capital for the time being. Should give a little bonus to the public order, and we should see this number bounce up a little bit.
By Sigmar. Your word is my command.
I think that's as close as we can get. Should be
I refuse.
hopefully supporting. Fucking spears. Has to be spears, eh? All we've got is freaking Reichsguard, but we should
The nation calls.
be okay anyway. Should be easy enough to break. Would auto-resolve this, except we've got a lot of cavalry here, and the auto-resolve is not terribly kind to the cavalry. Or at least, well, you know what, that's... I don't know. I haven't really tested out the auto-resolve a whole lot of late. I just prefer to manually resolve the battles anyway. But they have... I don't want to say fixed the auto-resolve, but they've made it a lot more... less broken in this. It still is a little bit wonky, but much better than the, I mean, like the auto resolve in Rome 2 and Attila is basically broken. I mean, you can just auto resolve your way through the campaign with ease using very cheap, very cost effective soldiers. Basically the low tier soldiers. So long as you have them in numbers, you can just really wipe out pretty much anything in the auto-resolve. Anyway. You guys have Vanguard deployment? Oh, that's interesting. You guys stay out there. Hey, you on horseback? You are. Good, good, good. Actually gonna group you guys as one. Start the deployment. How much magic do we have here? We'll just distract them for now. I don't think they're gonna actually come at us. Actually, let's group you guys as two. You can be as one. Guys, get over here. You guys can be grouped four. Alright, they're gonna be passive. This actually be good practice for me, taking on this this smaller force, especially. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops.
By the Emperor's will.
Basically, just come at them at all angles. Try and get them to. What the fuck? Right, you guys moving?
Yes.
How do I give you the command? Just basically try and isolate the units and break them one at a time. That would be the ideal situation here. I'm gonna pull these guys out. A little bit later. Let's come up this way. And oh, look at this. Actually get the net of Amanthok. Be helpful. Oh, guess we should get you moving.
Ready for battle.
Alright, good, good, good.
The Empire endures.
Or if they just blob up like this, we can just charge in and see if we can break them.
We are Sigma's heirs. Ready to smite. Moving fast. By Ulrich's wrath.
Alright, we'll have them have a little bit of a rest. I'd like to get Bolus up here. Can we overcast this? We can. Ooh, that's nice. Goodness. What are you guys doing? I'm gonna get these guys in behind.
Knights! Quick march!
Guys over here. Come on, get over here, man. That is the hold up.
Endures!
Alright, I guess we don't need to keep these guys hidden. Let's just bring them out.
For Heldenhammer! Yes, quickly! Cast the bow!
Really interesting to
For
see.
Heldenhammer!
You guys gonna come over here and attack us? Interesting. Just back up for a second. Oh, second thoughts. Liked it better when they were all
Ready for war! Quickly!
lobbed up a little bit.
In the name of the twin-tailed comet!
Warrior priest! We're Sigma's heirs! Ready to smite! By Ulrich's wrath! Take position!
Catch him. Guys get a little charge in. Guys can come around.
Prepare for combat! Rexguard Knights! Pass the bow! Battle awaits!
Actually, no. Guys.
Quick march!
Yeah, no, go in there.
For Heldenhammer!
Sorry. You guys pull back out. See if we can break this unit over here. We're pretty well surrounded.
Archlector! For the Emperor!
Yep, that's what we want. We want to break him. Guys, just back up for a moment.
For the Empire!
Taking position!
Pull through. And we'll run them down.
Charge!
Formation!
Oh, you're not going to be that fast.
To combat!
Good.
At speed!
Guys should be able to break this unit.
I am prepared! Light is might!
Formation!
Oh, for fuck's sake, what are you guys doing? Get out of there.
Taking position!
At speed!
Come on, pull out. Try and do this without taking too much damage.
Go!
Come on, tell me you guys are gonna break these idiots.
War! Ready for war!
Uh-oh.
For Heldenhammer!
That's not good.
Awaiting
Guys, come
command!
around and go see if we can help out Bolas.
Moving faster! We're Sigma's
Guys broken yet?
heirs! To combat!
They're wavering.
Quick march!
Guess we can't,
Reichsguard
so we can't cast it because they're right on top of you there.
Shield of faith!
Still not breaking.
Reichsguard Knights!
So I didn't really get a great charge in on them.
Take the ground!
Just see if we can get you out of there.
Charge the battle hymn! Light
Too
is
close. Fuck me, these guys are taking forever to fucking break.
War! For the Emperor!
Shaken. My goodness.
At speed!
Try and surround
To
them.
battle!
Alright, let's pull out of here. Taking too much damage in that shenanigans.
Reichsguard Knights!
Get them!
To battle!
Come on, get out of there.
Illumination upon them!
Alright, charge back in.
By
These guys are broken. Good.
Take position! Reichsguard
One of
Knights!
you, actually no.
Reichsguard!
Guys slam into the back of this. And
The winds blow strong!
what that does. One of you actually come over here.
Battle!
finish them off.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Should break these guys.
Get them! Reichsguard Knights! For the hell
No, we're taking some damage here, but we are fighting spears with cavalry, so I mean, kind of understandable. A little bit, plus I'm not exactly microing this the best.
Illuminus calls! Your orders?
Alright, I want to pull back out and get the charge in, so we can break some more of these guys.
Find the enemy!
Reichsguard!
We'll also have lots of time to heal after this.
By Ulrich's wrath! Take the ground! Prepare for combat!
To battle! To combat! By Ulrich's wrath! Right is might!
Reichsguard!
Try and take down their commander.
To battle!
Oh, oops.
Sigmar!
For the Empire! For Heldenhammer!
Fuck's sake.
Reichsguard Knights!
Maybe you guys
Get them!
head over there. I think this should be just about ready to break here. I think we've got their commander. As soon as their commander goes down, should be it. Charge into the back of this. That should break them. So a little bit of damage here. Not exactly quite that the greatest, but I think we're outnumbered. And I mean, the bonus versus large, the spears, is a little bit of concern. I'm gonna run most of these guys down. See if we can just finish them off so we don't have to do a follow-up battle. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get more experience for these guys. I just don't know if I can be bothered to take that little extra bit of time. Anyway, sorry guys, I made this freaking almost an hour-long video for this fucking rebellion.
Reichsguard Knights! Reichsguard! Sigmar calls!
But would actually be nice if you were actually a healing mage.
Reichsguard Knights!
For
I think we
Heldenhammer!
have to worry about them.
Reichsguard!
Almost done.
Sigmar guides us!
I think we got most of them.
Attack!
Enemy lord is dead. Yeah, so an expensive solution to this rebellion, but it did give us the opportunity to get some experience, and not only for the troops, but for myself with the cavalry. But this army is going to have infantry support most of the time from here on in, so it should be a little bit more manageable. Lost 73. But anyway, probably, so what we'll do is we'll disband Bonaparte, and the other army, who is the other army? It's not Pendragon. Oh, Gruppen, Leonidas Gruppen. Gruppen will probably sit in this settlement for a turn or two, just to see if we can get a little bit of a boost to the public order. And hopefully we can get some cash rolling in so we can do some building and recruit some great swords, and then we will go to war with Manfred. I think we'll be ready for that. So hopefully we can send 3 full stacks into vampire country. But it's just a matter of repositioning and just getting things nice and calm, nice and settled down before we take on a potentially very deadly opponent. don't think there's anything left here. I think that should be pretty much it. That is, if we can get through this load screen. Yeah, I apologize for that, guys. I really want to try and keep the episodes for this series in the 30-minute range, but I don't know, it's tough sometimes. Especially, I don't know, I feel like not as fast as I really need to be to go through these Let's Plays, to keep things moving along. But I don't know, the Total War games, I'd love to really go at a nice methodical pace and just not really rush through the games, rush through the campaigns. So hopefully you guys still enjoy me going at my own pace, because otherwise probably gonna make a lot of mistakes and just get into trouble with the AI a lot and potentially jeopardize the campaign. I find that when I really take my time and go through the campaign slowly, that can usually do a pretty good job. I'm gonna take the replenishment here this time around. Alright, so we are out of time, guys.